Guys, my name is I-Puertorican. Today I'm back with another video. Excuse my nails, they're not done. Take a little break. Hearing noises in the back is Danny and he is asleep. It's about 1 a.m. right now. And I figured before I take my makeup off, why not tell a story time, you know? So to go back to my apartment days, I was learning things, how to take care of myself, how to live on my own, how to raise my son. Along with that, later on down the line, I was still in high school at the time because I was only 17. Around the time this happened, I may have been 18. I'm not sure. Maybe I was 17. I'm not for sure. But what happened was I went to alternative school and I came across somebody that I started dating. I found out that he didn't have a child like me, I believe. Yeah, he didn't have a child yet. He has a child now. But pretty much we took a liking to each other. We both got the bus to school. So pretty much I would see him on the bus, and I can't remember who talked to who, but either way, I just know that we took a liking to each other. So at alternative school, you're not there fully during the whole regular school days like other schools is. You're there for about 3 hours, I believe. And it was one day after school. I think that normally he would take a different route or do stuff, but I think I just happened to catch him on a day where he just ended up going home right after, and he didn't live far from where my apartment was. Mind you, he didn't know how to apartment because it wasn't like a regular thing for everybody in high school to have their own spot. But me, it's so crazy to think I had my own place at like 17. But for me, we was pretty much walking like the same path. He lived closer to where my mom lived at the time. That may have been why I had got to saying stopping him that day, because I think I was going to my mom's instead of my apartment right after. So something changed where I did end up going home, and of course, little corny stuff. He ended up walking me home one day because he started taking a regular ride again. So one day he asked if he could walk me home. I said sure. So surprisingly, he didn't come in or anything, which was good. And after a couple of weeks, we started talking, started texting. Eventually, one of the days he came over. So he asked me to be his girlfriend over a couple of weeks. I think it may have been like 2 or 3 weeks. So pretty much to go back, I dated this guy, and we had a lot in common. That's how each one seemed like it started. Like, you have a lot in common. You guys got the same viewpoints. But at a point in time, that can just get like irritating. But overall, they were like, relationship was cool. But then it was just some stuff that happened that was like kind of really like unforgivable. It's like, it wasn't too crazy, but it was stuff that was just like, I wouldn't do it again if I was like given a chance. Like if he came and like, hey, you want to date again? I wouldn't go for it. It's just not worth it to me. So around the time that things started to go a little left, but I definitely wouldn't have expected it. I never had through a Thanksgiving little dinner gathering before. So I had my friends more when I had friends at the time, because of course I'm still in high school. He had his group of friends, and we mostly always hung around him. So sometime like week or so before, somebody was like, "Oh, you should have like your first Thanksgiving dinner." It was one of my friends, and I said, "For real?" They said, "Yeah, girl, you know how to cook. Like, why not?" So I was like, "Yeah, like it can't be bad." And I already knew like my friends would help contribute, so I was all for it. I just remember like I made so much stuff, trying to like I'll do everything. I was like just ready to impress people. Nothing could really go wrong because I mean I could cook. I don't think nothing was nasty because like I remember it being like no food left over. Chris were underage, and we did drink, and it was actually like a lot of fun, and everybody ate good and had fun, and just it was like a nice little thing for the night. So where the night went left pretty much is everybody got their little buzz and everything. I still didn't really drink like that. I think I may have had like 2 drinks that night. Me why he said, "Oh, I'm gonna go to my friends," and I'm like, all I'm thinking about that night is I got to enjoy me and my dude and all our friends together on Thanksgiving. I'm young, so in my head, just me having my own apartment, I'm thinking like I'm grown. So whatever. But either way, I'm just thinking like I'm having fun with my friends, but I wanted to end my night with him and, you know, do things that couples do. And for him to say, even though it's not that big of a deal, but I just felt like the women's intuition in me, something about it was just kind of off. I said, oh, okay, so how long will you be? He was like, oh, no, I don't know for sure, but I'll definitely be back tonight. Just give me a minute. So around the times that things like wrapped up, it was like close to like maybe 1:30, and my friends, they stayed like up the street from me with their parents still, which of course is normal because we were all in high school still, and was like seniors and juniors. So he left with his guys or whatever. Like everybody was like slowly leaving, but then like my friend and my dude left. The friend I was like closest with. So she got a hold of the conversation what we was talking about, and she said, "Why is he leaving?" And I'm gonna go ahead and call him Jay. She was like, "Why was Jay leaving?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. He talking about he gonna be gone real quick." He was still right there, so like as girls, we couldn't really say what the conversation was. But as soon as he left, I told her, I was like, "I'm not really with it. Something doesn't feel right about this," and pretty much, I'm just not feeling what he told me. Like something's off about it. Like it wasn't even nothing that I seen that could have been off. It was just like I just had the feeling like something's not all the way there. So pretty much it was about 1:30. Then it was 2. Then 2:30 comes around, and to think about it, he was only gone for an hour. But like in my little mind, so much can happen in an hour. So he comes back, and pretty much it's just me at this point. My friend's texting me and saying, "Did he come back yet?" And oh my God, just to think like I was 17 years old and going through something like this, like that's just too young. But either way, he came back at like 2:30, like close to 3 a.m. And I was like, "Oh, so what was you doing?" Because the thing is, like, he was smoking there, he was drinking there. Like, what you doing that you can't do here? That's my thing. So yeah, the night goes on. Didn't nothing really happen like I hoped it would. That just felt weird to say, but like didn't nothing happen like I hoped it would. So yeah, it was just like making me not feel any better about the situation. So the next day, he had left out early. And mind you, like, he didn't stay with me. I never, like, necessarily let nobody live with me, like, even to this day, and I'm 25 now. But yeah, it was just, like, the nights that he got to spend the night was the nights that I would, like, look forward to, of course, because it's, like, I could just spend time with him, and then, like, I didn't have to, like, watch my son that night. So it was just, like, you know, I was just looking forward to that time, and, like, for it to not be as special as I thought it would be, it was kind of a disappointment. So now to get to the title of the video. The next day, to make up because he could tell it was bothering me, he spent the night again. And son still wasn't back yet because I believe it was a weekend, so he was gone for the weekend. The next night, he had came back like later in the afternoon and got to do what I wanted to do as far as like pretty much he came back and we got to spend some good old couple time. So the night went really well, of course, and then something in me, and like I don't do this now today because it's like when you look through something, you're looking for trouble. I feel like what's done in the dark will come to the light if something's not right, you know? So I had want to say, don't judge me, have an iPhone now, but back then I didn't have one. I think I had like some type of Galaxy maybe, and he had a BlackBerry. So Blackberries are kind of like thicker. I'm trying to see something like this mirror maybe. So Blackberries are like thicker. Well, the phone, they're about the same thing, but like Blackberries are thicker. So I just remember he had like a BlackBerry, and his phone went off a certain way, and I think they got like the little chat room thing on top of like text and stuff. So it was like something like I didn't have, but he had. So I'm just thinking like, is it like a chat room thing? Is it a thing? But like his phone kept going off, and it was probably like I want to say 7:30, 8 o'clock, like somewhere a little bit before 9. And I'm like, why is his phone going off? Like, he's dead asleep. Like, he smoked weed, so it's like, obviously, he's gonna be sleepy. And me, I didn't smoke at the time. I didn't start smoking till, I tried it when I was 18, and I didn't really, like, get into it until I was, like, 20, 21. So, yeah, when I got my house. But, obviously, now I'm, like, in my apartment. I didn't smoke, so, like, he's high, he's knocked out. As soon as I get up, I just hear the phone ringing again, and it's like not ringing like somebody calling, it's like dinging like someone's texting him, but it's like in his little messenger thing from his BlackBerry. If you had a BlackBerry, comment down below on this video. Let me know like what it is that you think I'm talking about, because I'm not sure what it is. Like IBM, I don't know. So it just kept ringing. So I like, you know, reach over and try to grab it. And then he moved. I don't know if he was like up and he like knew what I was doing and he was like trying to play it off in his sleep. So he rolled. I wait a bit and I don't leave the room. I just wait for him to like get into like a deeper sleep. I wait for him to get into a deeper sleep and I try to go ahead and reach back. So I grab his phone and he didn't have a password on it, and I go through his texts. Don't really see much. I see something from his boys, his mom, a guy cousin or something. Not the cousins the guys tell us about that. It's really not their cousin. And then I go to the thing, because the thing's again. So it's like 10 messages. Where are you? Hey, babe. What was you doing last night? I'm like, babe. All this other little stuff, like, wow, that it just kind of threw me off. So I'm in the mode where I'm not even looking to see if this fool wakes up. I'm just like scrolling like this message after message after message. Like most of them is like unread, and it goes back to like a week ago. And it was to the point like the girl looked like she was pretty much talking to herself, because obviously it had to be a girl, obviously. But I'm just like, who is this? Because like the number wasn't saved, contact wasn't saved, but whatever it will be for a BlackBerry. And I'm just thinking like, wow. And back then, like now I would think if somebody's writing somebody like that, obviously they don't want to do it to them. They ain't trying to like let them down easy. I don't think blocking was a thing back then for the BlackBerry. Maybe if there was, I don't know. I never had one. So I'm just thinking back then like, wow, how can he like do something like this? Like, why is this happening? So pretty much I gotta see. Seriously? Alright, God is good. Okay. So I'm just like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I sound like such a type of girl, but it's like, I just couldn't believe it was happening, because like everything seemed cool. We never got in an argument yet. This was maybe like the 3rd, 4th month that we was together, and like everything just seemed cool. So I just remember we go to the same school. It's a weekend. I'm just trying to like chill with my babe or whatever, and like obviously babe might have another babe because somebody else calling him it, and I just was like not happy about it. So to me, letting someone in my house, and that was like the first guy that I let in my apartment, and stay the night, everything, like, not to sound corny, but that was like special to me. Like the only other guy that been there was like my son's dad, but it's not like, it's different. So I was just like, wow, like everything's going through my head. Like a lot of stuff was going through my head. Like, what the heck? Who is this? What the fuck? Like, I just didn't know. So I'm like, okay, this how you want to do it. This how you want to do it. So he sleep, and he didn't really have any of his stuff there. Like, guys, I felt they just have like the extra pair of basketball shorts. He had his school bag, so like maybe his changing clothes and stuff was in there. Like everything was already like in one little spot. I'm just sitting here thinking. I had like my foot like tapping on the bed. Well, you know, like where you like tap your foot fast like that. So I'm pretty much just tapping my foot fast on the bed, and I guess like I did it to the point that he woke up, and then he rolled over and then he rolled back, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just about to lay back down. Maybe I could like sleep this off, because like I clearly don't know what to do. So as soon as I lay down, he tried to grab me, and like I guess this fool was waiting for me to lay back down and grab me to, you know, do something. But yeah, that was the last thing that was gonna happen at this point. So I'm like,
nope.
So he feels that he tried to grab me more, and I'm like, just wiggling away. And I'm doing it to the point where like I'm so petty, because it's like I was doing it to the point that like I knew he was gonna wake up, and he was like,
Hey, what's wrong?
no, don't babe, what's wrong with me? Like, I hate when guys do something, even though I wasn't sure that he was even doing anything, because I didn't get to go that far in the messages, because like I said, it looked like the person was talking to herself, and little crazy me is just like making assumptions. And I was like, nothing, your phone was going off. He didn't flinch, he didn't do nothing. Like, he was literally just like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, do you know what the message is saying? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? So I'm just like flabbergasted, like, okay. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And just like my anger was just like, go to a different room, Leah. Go to a different room. Like, get out this room. Even though it's your house, get out this room. He ain't even picking up that you mad, because it's like girls were crazy. Like, we want guys to know that we're mad. So pretty much I go in the kitchen, he follows behind me, and it's like I want to act like stuff is normal, but I don't. So he does stuff. I think he asked me to like make him a plate from the leftovers, a little bit of leftovers that we had, and I was like, no, make it yourself. He's like, what's your problem? And I said, I just think it's funny how so-and-so is right you, and I, wait, not so-and-so, but it's just like, I just think it's funny that your phone keep going off, and you got like this bitch talking to herself. He's like, what? You went through my phone? I was like, damn right I went through your phone, like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And somehow we end up like back in my room, and like we're arguing at this point, but like we're not arguing too loud, because like I will always be cautious that I had neighbors, or at least try to, even them motherfuckers ain't appreciate it anyway. But my room is like, the closet was on one side, and it was like pretty big. It was my bed, it was like a walkway, a turn, it was a window, and then there was like a window on that side, then like my bed is like right here. So pretty much the window that was like right in front of my bed, where like we wasn't sitting on the bed, because like I was sitting but he was sitting on the bed, but I was like I'm like so petty, like I'm pissed that he's even sitting on my bed and trying to argue with me, like, nah, get the fuck up and stand like me, or switch positions or something. So he was like, man, look, like, it ain't even, trying to find a remote. Like, look, like, it ain't even saying nothing. And I was just like, I don't care, like, get on my face. He was like, you want me to leave? And like, me, even if I'm arguing with a person, I don't want them to leave. I just want them to, like, tell me what the real is, like, you know? So he was like, look, I grab it, and I'm out, straight out the window. And next thing I know, like, it wasn't even open. These cheap windows, this cheap landlord, that bitch shattered, like, shattered. And I'm just like, fuck, that's not gonna be, like, how can I not pay for this? And I didn't even end up having to pay for it, I believe. I said, he was like, you really threw my phone out the window? Can you don't believe me when I say this dude's phone didn't even break, have a scratch, have nothing? We're on the 3rd floor. I done threw his phone out the window. It done went through a whole fucking window. Not one fucking scratch. So he comes up, and like to this day, I don't know if he really like cheated or not, or whatever the case was. Like later, like around that time, later on, yeah, stuff happened. But that's the time that I like threw my Scorpio boyfriend's phone through the window, cause like to me, I don't know why your phone is ringing consistently. Like, you're supposed to be spending time with me. But maybe that was just crazy little 17-year-old me. But yes, that is the story time. Comment down below if you had a crazy experience where you did something with like, oops. I don't even know if you really even did anything, but I did something crazy. Yeah, I can't remember how I even came up with this like story time, what reminded me of it. I just like know that I have a lot of interesting stories that happened when I was in my first place, and yeah, it's just wow. I really threw somebody's phone through the window. Like thinking about it today, it's like I don't even think they did nothing wrong. I was just being crazy. I'm not like that anymore though. So yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. Comment, like, subscribe, check out more of my videos that I have on here. I'm about to get back on the story times. One of these days I'm gonna try to do a makeup look and a story time together. But thank you so much for watching, and bye.